before and after. Hey guys, today in this video I'm going to show you how to edit very quickly and make beautiful images with the combination of Silkypix Developer Studio Pro, Affinity Photo and Luminar Neo. And I'm going to use some of the best tool of each software. For example, in Silkypix Developer Studio Pro, the reason why I'm using this one at the very beginning, because this is for me one of the best software for raw development, and you need to have the most of the best information available at the very beginning of photo editing. So Silkypix is exquisite, that's all. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to do some basic adjustment at the very beginning. So I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do. For example, if you look at the histogram, the far left and far right are touching each other. So we're going to make this image quite flat with the help of HDR. So there you go. Now, as you can clearly see that we reduced the highlight and we reduced the dark part of the shadow. Now, next thing I'm going to do is to use auto white balance. The reason why auto white balance, because I really trust the Silkypix Developer Studio Pro's auto white balance. It does fantastic job. So I'm going to stick with that too. Now, we're going to do third thing, which is I will check the highlight and shadow, see if anything's clipping. Still a little bit of clipping going on, but it's not enormous. In terms of the color, we can clearly see that there is no oversaturation, which is very good news. Now we're going to go to the color tab, which is right there. And then we are going to select one of the bright color profile, which is the memory color one. And then I'm going to check out of color gamut. So still no huge amount of saturation, which is very good. Now we're going to go back to the HDR slider and then try to get some more details. Now that we are done, I'm going to use the crop. Get rid of a little bit of this part, the open sky. I didn't have to, but I prefer to do that. So now that's done, we are going to go to the default noise reduction and sharpening. That is the demosaic sharpening. You can clearly see that it's doing quite good job already. So we have a very typical flat image with good color, no contrast, and noise reduction done. Now, our first step is done already. We're going to head on to Affinity Photo. The reason why I'm going to go to Affinity Photo right now, because I like to use Luminar Neo as a plugin. The reason behind is that if I don't like it, I can delete the whatever I don't like. So I'm going to right click on the layer, duplicate it, head over to filters. Now, before I head over to filter and then turn on my Luminar Neo, I will close my Affinity Photo, Silkypix Developer Studio Pro, because too many softwares, it might crash my laptop. Now we can safely open Luminar Neo. Now this might take a little bit of time in this case, and that's totally fine because, too many extraordinary and powerful softwares opening at the same time. What do you expect? Right. Should be opening. Now our idea is to basically enhance everything. For instance, at this point, because you don't have any contrast, so sky, the mountain, the tree, the road, and the foreground looks pretty flat. You actually don't see anything much. It's quite flat, so we need to enhance it. So we're going to go to the Enhance AI, turn it up just a bit, right? Now, and sky enhancer, we don't have much of a sky, but we enhance it anyway. So step one is done. Now we'll go to the landscape and then add some golden hour yellow look. That's done too. So we brought back some life. We also have quite a bit of color. We maximized the color. That's done. Now in the dramatic, I tried it many times. Actually kind of give a little bit of boost in your image. Now that's done. Finally, at the bottom, when I say finally, it's going to be many final, trust me. So in highlight contrast, this slider kind of control your highlight in a sense that it doesn't overdo anything. In the midtone, it also reduces the midtone and then gives a little bit of contrast in the midtone. Now, here's the fun part begins. Fun part, which is we'll go back to the develop, then go to mask, turn on mask AI. It might take some time, but bear with me, you're gonna enjoy it. Normally it takes about 5 to 10 seconds. So you have the sky right there. You have the flora. That's the one. Architecture is the four right there. Mountains, there you go. Now, what are you going to do? We're going to go back to mask and then mask action. We will copy everything. Now, bear with me. What we are going to do, we're going to go to the curve, which should be somewhere. There you go. Found it. The curve. Then go to mask, mask AI. Select the flora. Then do a little bit of a S curve right there. There you go. Now that's done already. Same thing we're going to do with the relight. So we're going to go back to the relight button, click mask, mask AI, then the man-made ground, go back, and then we're going to reduce brightness near and brightness far at the same time. There you go. Because what you're trying to do, you're trying to kind of make it a bit more controlled in a way that you can see the dog right there. There you go. Now, a little bit of creative work. Creative work should be mystical. We'll turn the amount up to the mystical and it will give a little bit of glow. Followed by maybe a little bit more. There you go. Followed by the glow, soft focus, and then turn on just a bit. And then we'll go back to develop, turn on the mask, select the mountains, and there we're going to use a S curve. There you go. I should have stayed there. Mountains, now adjustment. So I'm going to try with the smart contrast first and let's see what it gives us. It's actually doing a pretty good job, but we are going to use a little S curve right there. There you go. Now it's working pretty well for me, which is very good. Once it's done, then I'm going to do another creative work. I'm going to add some fog. Just about that, like that. Then develop, reduce highlight, go back. In the dodge and burn section, I think I'm going to use a little bit of darken the sky, darken the cloud section. So I'm going to turn it up a little bit and let's see if it's working for me. There you go. However, you can see the tree, the tip of the tree is actually getting a little bit of a darker too. So we're going to add some light into it. So lighten, we're going to zoom in a little bit. And then let's see if it's giving us some life back into the tree. Same for that, but I'm going to reduce the size a little bit. Beautiful. Everything looking so far so good. One thing is bothering me, which is I'm going to go to the exposure develop section and then select mask AI, and then the natural ground. And I'll slightly, very slightly reduce the exposure, just a touch. Now we're going to click apply and let's see what's giving us. It might take a few seconds because we had so many adjustments, but that's totally normal. That's the older image and that's the new image. So I'm going to show you before and after. So that's before and after. Before and after. Wonderful, isn't it? So this is how in less than, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes, you can create wonderful images with the help of Silkypix Developer Studio Pro, Affinity Photo, and Luminar Neo. Hope you enjoyed this editing. I wish you all the best. See you in next video. Bye bye.